Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of On the Laulau with me, Lolo. Already know. So, get cozy, get comfortable. Today, we're talking about the huge consciousness shift that is happening on the planet. We're talking about the Ascension. We're talking about spiritual awakenings. I asked you guys what you wanted me to talk about. So that's what we're going to fucking talk about. So if you didn't already know, there is a huge consciousness shift happening on the planet. And what the fuck does that even mean? This means that, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a veil. There's been an illusion, kind of like a spell that has been placed on top of our world. Where we're born, we accept all of these rules, all of these laws. We go to school, we study these things, but we never ask why. Why do I have to go to school at 5 years old? Why do I have to follow everything that they teach me until I'm 16, 18, whatever, however your school system works? Why? No one asks questions. Everybody accepts. By complying and not asking any questions and not being curious, that's how we have been enslaved. Spiritually, unconsciously, it's been okay. So we're not going to go into the conspiracies, but I am going to give you guys some background as to what I have found and what I believe to be true. So our planet has been controlled, in my opinion, by an extraterrestrial force. A lot of people are like, Laura, aliens aren't even here. If you still think that aliens don't exist, I'm sorry, you need to fucking get your head out of your ass because it's impossible. I'm sorry, it is absolutely impossible. And when I was little, my mom made me watch E.T. when I was fucking 5 years old. Never do that to a child. That little guy fucking scared the shit out of me. I had nightmares, traumatized. Not because of the whole alien thing, just because, I don't know, as a child, I was scared that this was a bad guy. He would be out to hurt me. Oh my God. I remember I used to sneak into my parents' bed at 3 a.m. And one day they fucking closed the door on me. They locked the door and I couldn't get in. I was fucking screaming, let me in, because I literally thought E.T. was going to come out and get me. Don't worry. I love that movie now. But when you're 5 years old and you hear the little when he's in the woods, it's fucking creepy. Get that away from me. Anyways. I would love to meet him. If it's an actual alien, I would love to interact. He seems really fucking cool. He can heal shit with his fingers and he can bring plants back to life. I'm down. So anyways, I believe that this has been a galactic force that has been happening between forces in the universe. Literally dark versus light, evil versus good type of shit. I believe that it has been very evil, low vibrational beings who have taken control of the planet. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna try to keep this to a level where I don't give you a fucking migraine. Sorry, this just makes me laugh because I never thought I would embrace my beliefs to this extent, to the extent of talking about it on a podcast, and it's great because I know a lot of people think the same way as me, so I'm here for you, Bill. But these beings are very low vibrational at the base of who they are. And we are very high vibrational in our nature. We're just high vibrational because we're literally love. We're compassionate beings. We're loving beings. We've only been taught to hate through all of the separation and all of the fear because the concept of oneness is that we are all connected. We're literally the same consciousness separated into different fragments. So the bus driver you're connected to, the grocery clerk you're connected to, you're literally not separated from anyone. So whenever you judge someone else, whenever you send shit to someone else, I hope they fucking whatever, you're literally sending it to yourself because you're connected to everybody. So once you understand the oneness concept, you stop fucking getting mad at other people because you're like, oh, that's just a part of me. So anyways, that's the concept, all right? We're very high vibrational. We're all interconnected, loving beings. Now, these beings, they feed off of fear. They feed off of lower energetic currents. So when I would have to show you guys the fucking vibrational frequency scale. The highest basically is authentic. Authentic love, compassion, unconditional love. That's basically the highest. And then the lowest is fear, shame, guilt, all those feelings, those energies that don't really feel good. You just don't feel good when you're scared. You don't feel good when you're shameful and guilt and stuck in hatred. So these beings have made it a mission to create a system that enslaves us, keeps the truth of what we are away from us so that we never find out. And not only that, but they made sure to always keep you stuck on a lower vibrational frequency so that they can literally feed off of your highest. Because if we were all operating on our highest vibrational frequencies, we could not be controlled. We could not be manipulated and enslaved the way that humanity has been for so fucking long. So basically, we understand the laws of contrast in the universe. There cannot be good without bad. So I feel like this has been the period of Earth where the bad guys have been in charge. But like in any movie, most of the time, at the end, light wins, good wins. And this is the part of the movie that we're at right now. So the mass awakening that is happening is that literally levels of consciousness, levels of awareness have been dormant for a really long fucking time. Spiritual stuff used to get called hippie shit, boo-hoo, woo-hoo shit, and now it's like everywhere because everyone is realizing, this is suspicious. Like it doesn't make sense that I just have to go to school. I have to pay these taxes. Like, why am I paying all these taxes? Is it even real? Like, why do I have a birth certificate? Why do I have what system is this? It is such an intelligent system that has been put in place. Honestly, if you're an evil fucking mastermind, this is how you do it. Like, honestly, we gotta give them props, guys, because holy fucking shit, they literally, they thought of everything. They didn't miss a detail. But anyways, their time is up. So I see a lot of people being like, oh my God, where do you think it's headed for Earth? It's literally all going in the right way. And if you understand that we are literally shifting parallel realities in every second, you understand that with your powerful choice of creation, where you choose to focus and place your energy, you can decide which timeline you're shifting onto. So if you're constantly scared and like, oh my God, look at all the war and like the separation, if you choose to place your energy there, you are going to expand that energy. If you choose to put it in light and love and compassion, you are going to expand it. So wherever you put your energy, it's going to grow. Which is why when I see people being pessimistic and just hopeless, it's like, if you literally focus on that, you're going to get on the timeline where the Earth is not going to a good place. Now, I don't necessarily know how all of these things work. A lot of people think like, oh my God, the new Earth, am I going to be left behind? I don't think that's how it works. I think as long as your intentions are love and they're pure and you just want good and you're just, everything that you do is to just be light and love. Like even all of your behaviors or mistakes or flaws that you consider not good, like your intention is to shine love and light on them. It's not to shine more resentment, more resistance. So as long as you're anchored and grounded in just love, it's so simple. It sounds complicated. It's just compassion. Compassion, unconditional compassion towards everything. Because literally, it's like these beings that have taken over the control of the planet, it's not that they're bad. They just literally are in an absence of light and love. And I talk about this in my ebook, How to Not Lose Your Shit After Unplugging from the Matrix, which I highly suggest you get if you resonate with everything I'm saying and everything I'm going to talk about in this episode. Literally a must read. But I talk about how it's actually very cowardly to have to fucking enslave an entire species because you're so fucking like disconnected from your own, like these beings are just like, I see it as parasites. And now if we get into the logistics of it, a lot of people think it's reptilians. I've been called fucking nuts. Okay. I've talked to people like in real life and I'm just like, yeah, well, they're lizards. And then they're like, what? I'm like, they're lizards. You know, like they're fucking reptilians. These are shape-shifting aliens who can take on a human form. There are so many movies that have hidden subliminal messaging to indicate that, yes, we're indeed not human. We're pretending to be human and be part of you guys. If we're getting into the conspiracy side of things, Disney. Don't even get me started on Disney, all right? Satanic shit, bullshit on top of shit and crap and shit, okay? Sorry. We don't need to talk about it more. And whatever like the intentions of Disney, I'm just gonna give you a little background if you're not really like, what is she talking about? Basically, Disney was really meant to control and program children in a negative way. There is so much subliminal programming in those movies, and there's a lot of hidden truths as well. But since it's little animated, guys, you think it's harmless. Since it's just like drawings and cartoons, parents are showing their children this, but man, your brain doesn't understand it the same way. It's just so dark and twisted, you guys, and we are such compassionate beings. We cannot even begin to understand how such an evil can exist, but I promise you it has existed, and we're at the time on the planet where all of this is going to be revealed. All of this is going to be done. There has been so much shit and harm and darkness that has been done onto mankind, and we're literally purging that right now. Like, people are like, why am I tired? Why am I not motivated? Dude, you're literally purging decades of darkness and just shit. Best word to go for it, really. So to go back on the Disney thing, Disney tells the truth in movies. Most movies tell the truth to some extent about how things actually work, but then people are like, oh my god, it's just for entertainment. Like, why are you taking it so seriously? And then it triggers me and it wants me to get out of the oneness. Like, it makes me want to get mad at them, but I'm like, no, it's just a part of me that doesn't know. It's okay. Chill out. Don't get mad. They show the truth in movies because here's the thing that's very interesting about the law of karma, meaning if you do something onto someone, it must be done onto you. These motherfuckers, these fucking, I don't know what, they think that they're outrunning, I hit the mic all the time. These people think that they're outrunning the consequences of karma by showing us in movies because technically they have told us what they're doing. But they dressed it up as the whole entertainment industry. Like, the music industry is satanic as fuck. Like, mainstream music, mainstream artists, like, if you listen to the big names, it's probably recorded on a frequency that is distorting your energy unconsciously. Like, I made a video about Taylor Swift and Matrix people came after me like, oh my god, I can't. Yo, when I made that video about Taylor Swift, I literally ate shit for so many days in a row because when you tackle the Matrix, it gets fucking mad. You think that the Matrix wouldn't have created its own agents within the system that don't even know they're enslaved to it? Like, in the movie, you have, in the Matrix movies, you have Agent Smith. Literally, he shows up anytime that the Matrix is being attacked and starts defending it, right? I talk about this in my ebook, How to Not Lose Your Shit. Again, please get it. It's such an amazing read. But I talk about how whenever you defend something or you talk something against the Matrix, people are going to get fucking mad. It's like back when the plandemic happened. I'm sorry, it's not a pandemic. It's a plandemic because it was planned. And if you think it just like it woke up one morning and decided to happen, no. Nothing ever happens for nothing. Like, I would love to tell you that everything is like truthful and like politics and government, they're on our side, right? No. It's time to wake up from that fairy tale. It's time to let go of the conditioning and the programming and stop being so like loyal to this system when you don't actually know how it works. People have literally never researched anything, but they still accept because it's as if asking too many questions is too demanding. It's too like, I don't want to do the work. And then when they do their research, it's like on Facebook. Anyways, we're going to get over that. But basically, Disney made a fucking TV show called Secret Invasion, and it is literally showing you how reptilians are literally politicians. They're the big guys, and they're playing human beings. They literally can they can place themselves in any human avatar that they want. They have powers. Obviously, they have powers. Like, I'm starting to believe literally everything is possible at this point. Like, I 100% believe in mermaids. I believe in fucking dragons. I believe in giants. Like, it's so not hard to believe once you allow your mind to go there. And I know it seemed as such taboo because our whole lives, we're so used to seeing, like, we think we can only believe what our eyes can see. But what if the evidence that your eyes are presenting to you is bullshit? That's very possible as well, you know? So anyways, reptilians that come from another planet have decided to invade this species to enslave it, harvest their energy. The most richest families on the planet are probably part of it. It's all part of a satanic elite that loves to feed off of darkness because our light is really fucking powerful. It's so powerful. Your light, your authentic love has been hunted for so fucking long. That's the only reason this whole thing has been put in place, to keep you out of your power. This is such a good movie. I can't wait for them to make like a fucking trilogy on this shit. It's so entertaining. It's like the Hunger Games. If you think that shit was just a movie, please go rewatch all 4 of them and watch them as if they're telling you everything. And everything about that is true. Because I heard that the Hunger Games were supposed to be a thing. The Purge was supposed to be a thing. There's so many things that they put in movies and dressed up as entertainment, but that were actually considered, if that makes sense. So the Hunger Games, I loved watching those. They're good because it just shows what's about to happen. You know, if you watch the last one, we're at the part of the movie right now where people are waking up. And when we say the word wake up, because I know everybody in the woke community says waking up, I don't like using that term, but it's the best term to use because it's not about waking up. It's literally just remembering. Because if you didn't know, when you reincarnated into this physical realm, you literally agreed to forgetting everything about your past lives, about everything that was going to happen in your life, because your soul already chose everything that was going to happen in your life. It chose if you were going to remember or awaken. It chose every fucking thing. But then it had to forget, because that's the whole fun of the game, right? Forgetting everything and then just picking up the fucking bread pieces along the way back to remembrance. So there's a lot of souls who unfortunately will not awaken in this lifetime. And as this shift progresses, if people start transitioning / dying, it is because that's what the soul chose. Okay, so there's a lot of souls that are going to transition because they do not want to be here. They don't want to be present for the transition, because I'm not saying it's going to be rocky, but it's literally going to be one system to another. And I'm talking about this like it's fucking lollipops and candy, but I don't actually know exactly how it's going to look like. And we're literally all going to be present for that. And it's such exciting times, as much as it can be scary and like, how do I navigate this? What do I do? You literally just need to stay grounded. I think a lot of people are very hopeless at this point. You literally cannot. You just need to stay so excited for the possibilities, because take it from me, it's going to a good place. And as long as you believe it's going to a good place, it will. So when the pandemic hit, that was literally an introduction to the end of the old system. This was literally the big guys pulling out their last moves. And it worked really, really well. We're not going to get into it because I don't want to get censored or removed or anything. But the story with the jabs, I'm not getting into it, but holy fucking shit, it split mankind into 2 teams. You either get it or you don't. Opposing forces, when it's literally not the time to be opposed whatsoever. If that event of the whole pandemic with the jabs and the masks and the control, everything about that doesn't show you, like, you see everything you need to know. Like, masks are ineffective, but they brainwashed people into a fearful vibration to think that they're going to die if they don't wear a mask, if they don't sanitize their hands, which is literally doing all of that kills you faster than not doing it. And if you're so fearful of getting sick, the fear of getting sick is going to kill you faster than any sickness. But they don't want to tell people that, right? Because they actually wanted to wipe people out. The whole point of this was to feed off of the energy and eventually clear mankind, lower the population. And a lot of people are like, no, I don't believe you. Okay, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me. I'm not saying I'm right and I know everything and that you should believe everything that I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm saying some pretty good shit and it's backed up on some good shit. But if I want to if I want to go into it deeper, I need to go on Rumble. Because if I talk about it on here, I might not stand a chance. So to get back on the whole Ascension thing, like, that was little like conspiracies, but that's who I am. That's what I believe. So we're going to fucking talk about it. On the Laulau is going to be rawness all the fucking way. But the Ascension process basically means that this energetic matrix being an energetic harvesting system. A lot of people are like, what the fuck is a matrix? I don't get it. It's literally just a system that's put in place. It's like a sponge. There's so many fucking holes in the sponge. And literally every single being on the planet is a hole in the sponge. It's a big, 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 big sponge. when we unconsciously give our energy to the matrix, meaning the system and the fake illusions and the programming and the, oh my God, I need to work this job, I need to go to school, I need to pay my taxes. It's all fake. It's part of the system. The way to hack the matrix is to free your mind from the programming that the matrix gave to you since birth. So whether it's financial or whatever, there's so much programming. Again, I talk about this in my ebook, How to Not Lose Your Shit. I talk about so much good shit in that ebook. Literally everybody should read it. I'm not bragging. It's just, damn, I did good. Free your mind from the programming that is literally keeping your consciousness like limited, meaning that you are this powerful, divine, full of love, energy, expansive being. You came here to expand your energy, expand your consciousness, fulfill your experience by all of these physical circumstances, experiences, whatever. But by being enslaved to all of this programming, it limits the fuck out of you. Because imagine if we didn't have any of that programming, thinking that we're unworthy, or, oh my God, it's not going to work out, I'm scared to fail, oh my God, this, and I'm unworthy. Like all this shit, if everyone was free of that, everyone would be fucking invincible. Everyone would be who they are. We would literally be so connected in love, because it's like we're not scared anymore. But fear has been literally like dragging us apart, disconnected, scared, and like paralyzed. And a lot of people have these dreams, have these things, but because the programming is so fucking strong and powerful, they stay the same. They do not experience the full potential of their incarnation because they're fucking scared. They choose to tap into the physical reality, which is just a fucking illusion, by the way. Whatever your five senses are presenting to you is just an illusion, and you are so fucking powerful that you can literally choose to close your eyes and stop feeling with your senses and start choosing what your senses are feeling. Isn't that fucking crazy? So it's just like with the medical industry, right? The whole pharmaceutical industry was to keep people sick and make them sicker and make the bad guys richer, because they don't want you to know that you can self-heal yourself. They don't want you to know that if you're really scared and every time you go to a hospital, it's like, oh my God, I hope I have nothing. And then every time a doctor gives you a fucking, diagnosis, you accept it as truth. So let's say someone doesn't have cancer and they're going to live another 40 years. But then a doctor tells them, oh my God, you have 6 months to live. They're going to completely take a 360 with their state of being, give their entire power to what the doctor said. They're going to give their entire power to the external. Immediately they get scared. That fear starts building and building and building, and the fear starts creating the cancer. That's it. Because literally every illness in your body is a disharmony. It's something that is not balanced within you. Your body is so fucking intelligent. It knows exactly how to heal itself. We're living in circumstances that are designed to make us sick. Like we're being attacked from every fucking side. I'm not telling you to be fearful of this. I'm just literally, the point of this is to tell you to stop being fucking fearful. And that's what I talk about in my ebook, because people wake up and then they're like, well, I know all of these things, but now I'm scared and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Dude, you literally just don't be scared. If you're scared, you're still operating on that fearful vibration. And that was my experience after awakening. I started getting scared of everything, anxious, and like, oh my God, what am I supposed to eat? What do? I don't know what to do anymore. Paralyzed me from fucking fulfilling my highest potential and experiencing the best fucking embodiment that I can. So once you become aware of your programming and you let it go and you start actually deciding, because you are the powerful and divine creator, so you can choose what the fuck you want. Literally every teacher that talks about manifestation literally tells you that you're the one who has the power, but because we're so used to giving our power to our external reality, we don't believe it. Oh my God, I can't manifest money? No. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. How am I going to do that? It's just not realistic. I've never made that much money before, and I don't know what I could do. All of those beliefs, there you go. Programming. Limited programming, keeping you in a limited state of being, which is exactly what the big dogs want, because then you're just a little pathetic limited being instead of being a full force fucking God. Because you're actually God. The whole oneness concept is literally God. Infinite source, infinite consciousness. God is an energy. God is a consciousness. It is not a man. It's literally a consciousness, an energy. I don't consider myself religious at all. Never really went to church. My boyfriend is Christian, so I'm more open to that now, because before I had a little resistance. But there's a lot of truths in multiple religions. But the problem is that religions were created to control and, again, dissociate your power, because you have everything that you need within yourself. You have all the power in the world, but then people go to these churches and they give up their power. They start praying to this big force, which is totally fine. You can talk to your angels, you can talk to your spirit guides in the universe, because it is always listening, because it is you. You are the universe. You're connected to everything. So if you ever think you're like separated and like the universe forgot about you, bullshit, because you're literally it. If it forgot about you, I don't think you'd be here. Okay. You wouldn't even have come into existence. So going into these churches to give away your power instead of realizing that you have the power within, you should go to these places to connect and harness that power. I believe that a lot of history has been rewritten. Hence why I fucking quit high school. Like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. There is so much shit that has happened in the fucking history of the universe, and you have not told me an inch about it. So you clearly want me to be stupid. You want me to be conditioned, and you only want me to believe what you want me to think is true. The whole fucking theory of flat earth, come at me, bro. Because so many people are like, oh my God, it makes no sense. Why doesn't it make sense? It only does not make sense because you have literally been programmed your entire life to think you're on a fucking sphere. That's it. But if, like, it were anything else, like, does that make sense? People are accepting this information because that's the only information they've ever been presented to. But it does not mean it's fucking true. It does not mean that you've been broke your entire life, that you're going to be broke your entire life, and there's no way for you to make $1 million unless you fucking believe that's like impossible to do. So I believe the earth is flat. I believe that there are other planets, but it's not some big fucking, we're in empty blackness and then it's spheres floating around. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe in NASA. I don't believe that type of shit. So you can call me tinfoil hat, whatever. I dated a guy who told me he would get me a tinfoil hat. People make fun of you for having your beliefs, but then when the truth starts spilling out, it's like, but that's just ego. I don't actually care if I'm right. I don't actually care of the other person. It's just so interesting to think about all the different possibilities that we have not been exposed to. Like, why can't the earth be flat? There's so many theories saying that beyond Antarctica is more civilizations. That's where the planets are. It's all in water. We're inside of a dome of a dome. It's just so interesting. And literally, this is the mass awakening shift that is happening. Because we're literally going to the time on the planet where we're no longer going to be enslaved in the rat race, thinking that we just need to fucking slave ourselves to make money and pay bills. Bills are a fucking joke. There's literally all of the abundance in the world so that everyone has a house. No one fucking dies of freeze. Fucking no one dies of hypothermia. Everyone has food. There are so many resources. But again, the point was to keep everything enslaved, everything separated, everything nasty. But now all these fucking motherfuckers are being cleaned out. The dismantling of an old system, literally the financial system, is going to go down the fucking drain. So exciting, because I don't know if you knew this. Money has no value. It's not backed up by anything. Before, we would exchange like monetary funds based on gold or silver and stuff, but now it's literally just paper. There are no funds. If you went to the bank right now and said, can I please have $100,000? They probably couldn't give it to you because they don't fucking have it. So it's really interesting how it's all connected, and it goes so deep and so far. And like I said, evil genius, fucking mastermind. Holy shit. Anyways, but it's all coming to an end now. And that is quite literally why you reincarnated here, to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet back into love, because we have been operating on fear. This whole third dimensional reality exists based on fear. So what this ascension process is literally just ascending back into the dimension of love, where fear isn't a thing anymore. You're not scared. There's no all of our programming, I find, comes from such a young age, which has kept us in the same state of being for a really long fucking time. To exist in the fifth dimension, it's about letting that go. It's about returning to the trust and surrender. It's about returning to we're all connected, peaceful, harmony, balance, nature, all the spiritual woo-woo shit. And I know it looks woo-woo shit and it's annoying, but like it's true. So in the version of New Earth, careers, jobs are literally going to go out the door, and people are not going to be forced anymore to work fucking jobs that is literally wasting their life away. Every time I go to a fucking store, like a fucking dollar store, and I see the cashier, I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is sad. Can you imagine? I'm sending them so much love. I'm not saying like, oh my God, I'm better. No. I'm sending them so much love because they literally have to spend 8 hours in a building with fucking plastic Chinese shit. And just like, you know, that's not what anybody wants to do, you know? And we're going to the times where like, yeah, fucking robots and shit are going to take over for that. Why is it such a big deal? My old boss, I used to work at a restaurant. My old boss and his wife, like super nice, but at some point I remember I was at a grocery store with them, and I went to the self-serve checkout at a grocery store, and when we got out, they were so mad. They were like, is this establishment paying you to fucking scan your items? You should go to a cash register with a cashier. Like, you're not an employee. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. First of all, scanning the little beep, it's fun. Second of all, I get to take my time. Third of all, it's not pissing someone else off. Because a cashier, hi, how are you? 38.51. Hi, how are you? 12.59. Like all day long. Do you know how fucking demanding that is? Just so you get breadcrumbs of a salary just to say you have money. When if they let go of the programming, they can literally have as much as they want. It's just, my God. So this system of enslavement is being dismantled. It's going where the medical industry is going to be revamped, because that was another fucking way to control the society and make them sick, and nothing good. We're going to go back to the natural ways of healing. We're going to go back to energetic healing. Do you know that sickness comes from energy or like emotions that are stuck in the body? There's a book called Heal Your Body by Louis Hay. Anytime I get a symptom, I go look it up. I'm like, okay, I have blackheads. What does it mean? Blackheads is apparently an outburst of anger. And then it's like Parkinson's disease is like, you need to control everything. You're like a fucking control freak and you're scared of not being in control. It's so interesting because if you didn't already know, I feel like everyone knows this at this point, but maybe you don't. Dis-ease is your body being dis-ease, like uneasy. There's something wrong which creates disease. There's something you have not looked within yourself, whether it's a trauma, an emotion, too much energy. There's too much energy stuck in the energetic body, which will then manifest into the physical body. The medical industry does not talk about this. They just prescribe. There are so many people that could be healed if they were actually, first of all, given love, given the proper nutrients, the proper diagnosis. But I'm sorry. I know like a person who was like working to become a doctor. And anytime I'd ask a question, didn't know shit. Because all they're trained to do is be good mental slaves. I want you to study this. I want you to retain this. And if you're really good at retaining it, I'm gonna say you're a good doctor. And then you can just start walking around diagnosing people. Anyways, sorry, I'm not going to get into that. It's just there's a lot of different industries within this system that are just going to go down the drain, and they're going to be revamped, but we're going to be liberated, and it's going to go back to the basics. It's like food. All of these grocery stores, all of this fake food, all of this processed meat, because they have to make a lot of like processed ingredients to make such mass quantities. Is it the best? Is it grass-fed? Was it beaten? Was it experiencing fear and trauma before it got killed and then you eat it? Probably. We're going to go back to the feeling of community and exchanging foods. So let's say I grow tomatoes and then you have eggs. Maybe we'll exchange, you know? It's going to be so good. And so many people don't believe that this is possible. Why is that hard to believe that it would go to that? Like, why is it hard to believe that you reincarnated to liberate an enslaved population? I know it sounds too good to be true. I know it sounds like a fucking movie, but like, what if? Yeah. And it started to make sense. It started to make fucking sense because you know what? Everything that I have to offer belongs to the new world. It does not belong to the old world. So if you never liked school, you never found your box to fit in. I love talking to people who are like 17, 18 and they're like, I don't want to go to school. I don't know what to do. And I just start screaming, don't go to school. You cannot I remember, okay, at my old job, there was a staff party at a restaurant. The girl was like, I don't like school. I'm doing it just for my parents. I was kind of tipsy. Okay. I was very tipsy, actually. And then I was just like, oh man, like there's something special within you, but you're not supposed to know it yet. Like, you're still young. You're still a child. It's so stupid that they're convincing you that you're an adult at 18 and you're supposed to have it all figured out. And then if you start acting like an adult, the faster you start acting like an adult is the faster that you're going to be miserable. I'm sorry. We're literally all children. Like, we're literally just grown-up kids. And the second that we stop taking everything so fucking seriously and go back to being playful and imaginative, and we believe, like, it's gonna change the world. Absolutely. So if you've never really liked education, I remember even before I quit school, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I feel like everyone is either like trying to go like business major, nursing student, like it's all the same shit, because no one knows anymore. They're just thinking of the fucking salary based on survival, because the big guys wanted you to be stuck in survival, because if you're stuck in survival, you're not at your optimal capacity. So if you have not found your box to fit in, my love, is because you're going to create a new one. You're going to create a new one that doesn't even exist yet, that people don't even know they need. You don't even know people need it yet, but it's going to be so fucking amazing, and it is going to serve mankind so beautifully. And I believe in you because I'm doing it, and like, I'm just doing a fraction of it, but I know that there's so many people who have other values to offer that are going to offer like so much peace and grace and just... oh man, I'm excited. So having a spiritual awakening can be rough. A lot of people are like, is ignorance bliss? Fuck no, it's not. Because if you are ignorant and you're unaware and you comply and you don't ask questions, you're like a fucking puppet. Yo, you're easily manipulated. You should go left. I'm gonna go left. Oh, you should like the color blue. I like the color blue. You just do everything that you're told. You need to harness the power of your soul, your higher self, your unique, authentic self. It's just so good. It's such good shit when you tap into it. Spiritual awakening simply means you remember your true spiritual divine nature, and you harness that, and you live your experience through that, instead of living it thinking you're just this human being that's gonna die and that's all that's gonna happen. No, it's way more divine than that. This whole fucking universe is way smarter than that. Are you kidding? Spiritual awakenings can be rough because it feels like everything is collapsing onto you. You know, the only thing that's collapsing? The fucking illusion. The bullshit. And that's why it's hard. Because we, for most of us, have spent most of our lives in the illusion. And then to get told and to start seeing and feeling that it's not the truth can be it's a grieving process. Because I know this for a fact, because I remember not knowing. I remember not feeling. I remember not asking questions. And I remember just existing, thinking everything was the way it was. You know, no deeper awareness, no deeper curiosity. So that's why I know that the awakening has happened, because I cannot even think like that now. There's nothing wrong with it. The people who choose to awaken and choose to not, no one's better than anybody. The souls are on different journeys and everything's perfect as always. But do not be afraid of this whole ascension process, spiritual awakenings. Like, none of it is scary. As scary as it may seem, it's only because it's the unknown, but literally there's so much freedom in the unknown. If you're willing to go into it, if you're willing to open your heart to it, we literally just have to go back to trusting and surrendering, instead of being fucking control freaks. Control freaks that want to know everything that's going to happen, how much money they're going to make, are they going to be safe, are they going to be secure, is the family going to be okay, oh my god, are the groceries going to close, like I need food, and like control freaks, instead of knowing, surrendering, trusting, literally jumping into the universe's arms and being like, holy fucking shit, I'm scared, oh shit, I'm gonna go, boo, and then you just jump. It's really fucking scary, I know, but this is such a beautiful gift to be able to be part of this transition. And it's going to happen. It's impossible for it not to happen at this point. So welcome it with open arms. Welcome it with playfulness and curiosity, because this is a beautiful time. Literally, Mother Earth, the planet, has her own consciousness. Mother Gaia, she emitted a call. Like, yo, this is not going good. I need y'all to come help me. And then you decided to reincarnate into this physical realm that can be very, very difficult to experience. It is the most difficult realm to incarnate into. You decided to go for it because it would evolve consciousness. It would evolve your soul. It would deepen your experience. It would be such a nice, thrilling experience, because none of this matters at the end of the day. None of this is real. This is just for your pure bliss and enjoyment. When you transition back into the non-physical, you're going to laugh about this life because it's just going to be another book on the bookshelf. It's not going to be this whole thing like, oh my God, I only had one. A lot of people think we only live once. You're free to believe what you want to believe, but literally do not take this so seriously and appreciate what you've been given. Like, oh, I don't want to be here. Why would my soul reincarnate here? Literally, you got to be grateful for being here, because like I said, there's so many souls who wanted to be here and they won't be. And literally every baby that is reincarnating at this time is like, fuck yes, I want in. But they're probably, when they grow up, the new system is already going to be put in place. So we get excited because this shit is going to be fun. No more lies, no more control, no more oppression, no more enslavement, no more no more darkness. I'm not saying we're going to completely dissolve darkness and, but it's just, there's been a little bit too much of it. So now it's time to like ascend back into the dimension of love and stop being so tuned into our third dimensional reality and just connect back to our hearts. It sounds stupid, but your heart is really fucking powerful if you choose to tune into it, if you choose to trust and surrender and to know and be connected and grounded. Your intention is love. Oh my God, what a fucking powerful being you are. So that is going to conclude the third episode of On the Laulau. That went by extremely fast and I absolutely loved this episode. If you want, I don't know where you're listening to this, you can leave down below or whatever, however it works, wherever you're listening it to, what you want me to talk about next. I'm making these episodes mostly for you guys because I absolutely love it, but this is long form Laulau content. So if you want me to elaborate on something, if you want me to dive into something, let me know and I will take your suggestions and I will most likely do it because it's so cool. So I love you guys. I highly suggest you check out my ebook, How to Not Lose Your Shit After Unplugging from the Matrix, because I feel like this should be like handed to all of the souls who are like awakening, remembering their divine power right now, because it's kind of like an imposter syndrome, It's like, oh my God, I'm a powerful being. Holy shit, really? Oh no, I don't believe it. But like Auntie Lolo's gonna tell you, you better fucking believe it because it's true. I know it's hard to believe because your ego thinks it's nothing and it's unworthy, but holy fucking shit, it's quite the opposite. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on the next episode. I love you so, so, so much. I'm sending you all so much light, so much love, so much peace, so much calm. Just chill, just peace. Everything's going good. You just gotta chill a little bit. So I love you guys and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.